Hey everybody, and welcome to Leia's Lair. Today's video will be answering 7 of the biggest questions from the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, The Rescue. The Mandalorian Season 2 went out with a bang. While the ending seemed like something out of a fairy tale, it left so many doors open to be explored, and therefore left us with so many questions that need an answer. But before we get there, let's quickly go over what happens at the end of Chapter 16. Mando and his crew of Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Cara Dune, Koska Reeves, and Bo-Katan Kryze find and board Moff Gideon's ship. While the others make their way to the bridge, Mando finds the child, who is being held captive by Moff Gideon and the Darksaber. Mando and Gideon duel, with Mando coming out on top and becoming the new owner of the Darksaber. The three return to the bridge and are quickly surrounded by Gideon's Dark Troopers, who have returned from being vacuumed into space by Mando. The crew gets ready to battle, but the outcome looks bleak. Just when the troopers are about to enter, a single X-Wing lands on the ship. It is none other than Luke Skywalker. Luke quickly makes his way through the ship, taking out the Dark Troopers along the way. He makes it to the bridge where he meets up with the group. Luke has come for the child, and explains that Grogu is strong with the Force, but talent without training is nothing. So it seems that the next stop on Grogu's path is to go and train with the Jedi Master himself. The child wants Mando's permission to go. In an emotional scene, Mando picks up the child, removes his helmet, and looks at him without it for the first time. Mando and the child say their goodbyes, and the child leaves with Luke Skywalker. So on to the questions. First, what has Luke Skywalker been up to since the return of the Jedi? It's hard to say for sure. We know that by the time of the sequels, Luke is grouchy and living as a hermit on Ahch-To. Before that, he trained potential Jedi in his academy, which was destroyed by Kylo Ren some 20 years after the events of The Mandalorian. What happens between episodes 6 and 7, however, is still quite unexplored. That being said, we can loosely assume that during this time, he is searching for both ancient Jedi artifacts as well as strong Force sensitives to train in his set academy. He got into contact with Grogu via the Seeing Stone on Tython and came to retrieve him shortly after. So will Luke train Grogu? It seems as though he will, based on the fact that he took him away and said that talent is nothing without training. Expect any training scenes or montages to take place in The Mandalorian Season 3. So if Luke trains Grogu, was Grogu at the Academy when Kylo Ren destroyed it? Do we have to go there? Grogu's absence in the sequels has turned from a weird quirk into a gaping hole in the narrative. The aforementioned attack by Kylo Ren on the Jedi Temple led to most of the students being murdered. We don't know if Grogu was among them. We'd like to think that, in the 2 decades between Grogu being ushered into Luke's care and the destruction of the Academy, Grogu is a fully trained Jedi and is somewhere off in the galaxy doing Jedi things. That being said, if Grogu was indeed a fully trained Jedi during the time of Episode 8, wouldn't Luke have known that when he tells Rey that he is the last of the Jedi religion? That makes us think that perhaps Grogu doesn't get trained to be a full Jedi, and that perhaps his attachment to Mando prevents it. Could it be that he turns away from the Force and is instead spending some quality time with Mando as a part of Clan Mudhorn? Whatever the case may be, let's hope he's alive and well. Moving on from the child for a bit, the episode concludes with Mando being the new rightful owner of the Darksaber. But what exactly does this mean? Well, technically Mando is now the leader of Mandalore, and while Mandalore isn't in the best shape, Mando is now the ruler, a role he's going to have to get used to. But why can't Bo-Katan just take the saber? According to Mandalorian custom, the Darksaber can only be wielded if the current owner defeats the previous owner in combat. Mando defeated Moff Gideon fair and square in combat, so now he is the owner of the saber. Therefore, it appears Bo-Katan will have to defeat Mando in one-on-one combat if she wants to be the one who wields the Darksaber. What will happen to Moff Gideon now? Moff Gideon is prevented from shooting himself by Cara Dune and is taken into custody. So I guess for the time being, he's going to be in New Republic custody. Given that Gideon makes a blatant reference to knowing everything in Chapter 16, it's likely he's got an ace up his sleeve and that he will play that card sometime in Season 3. Lastly, what happened with Boba Fett in the end? A post-credit scene shows Boba Fett and Fennec Shand return to Jabba's palace on Tatooine and make quick work of Bib Fortuna and the guards. The scene closes with Boba sitting on the throne and the announcement of the Book of of Boba Fett coming December 2021. So what exactly is the Book of Boba Fett? To our best knowledge, it's going to be another spin-off of some sort. However, it is still unclear what form it will take. The Book of Boba Fett could be its own spin-off TV series, which follows the story of Boba and Fennec. However, the release date is raising some eyebrows. Could it be that the third season of The Mandalorian is about Boba Fett and not Din Djarin? The Mandalorian Season 3 is supposed to arrive in December 2021 also, and it's strange to think that two high-profile projects would be released at the same time. I guess we'll just have to be patient until we hear more, but nonetheless, we are very excited. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of Chapter 16 of The Mandalorian? Do you have any other questions about it? Let us know down below in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. We hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.
You are not a Jedi yet.